So hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome to Nat Fashion Hub, the best fashion channel in the world. If you are yet to subscribe to my channel, please subscribe so that when I drop my videos, you will be the first to be notified. So today quickly we are going to learn how to cut and sew that jacket you are seeing right there on the thumbnail. So for us to do that, these are the measurements we are going to be using. We are going to be using a shoulder measurement of 18. We're going to be using a chest measurement of 42. I'm going to be using a full length measurement of 30. Alright, so pay attention as we start. So first we're going to first of all get the front block. But before we get the front block, we're going to give an allowance for the zip in front. So we're going to give a 1 inch allowance for the zip in front, 1 inch allowance for the zip. Alright, so this allowance I'm giving here 1 inch. This is for what? Is for the zip. Alright, so the next thing for us now to get the front block so that we can also use it to get our back block. So how are we going to get our front block? We'll simply divide the chest measurement by 4. When you're cutting, you divide your chest measurement by 4. If you divide 42 by 4, you'll be having 10 and a half. So this is 10 and a half. This is 10 and a half here. Okay, plus 3/4 inch seam allowance, that becomes 11 and a quarter. So we'll mark this 11 and a quarter in 2 places. Alright, and we'll also join this together with the help of a straight rule. So what we're doing now is to get the front block so that we'll use it to get the back block. The next thing for us to do is to get our shoulder slant. So we'll slant this shoulder here by what? By 4 inches. We'll join this point to this point here. You see that? The next is for us to get the length of the jacket. We're going to keep this tape in the middle of this shoulder line to get the length of our jacket. I'll say the jacket length is what? Is 30. So this is 30 here. Alright. We'll still join these lines together. So this is 30 here. So this becomes what? Our front block. We're now going to use this front block to get the what? The back block. Now if you notice, I used 30 here exactly. I didn't add anything. In fact, let us remove 1 inch from it. Let's use 29. I'll show you how we can still get our 30 back. Let us use 29. And then I'll show you how we can still get our 30 back. Use 29 there. Alright, so the next thing is for us to cut out this front block. We'll use this front block here to get our back piece. We're simply going to place this like this. So we are going to still cut this here downwards. Alright. Cut this way. And after we are done doing that, we are going to shift the front block down, leaving an allowance of 4 inches above there. I'll show you where the 4 inches is, don't worry. Leaving an allowance of 4 inches up here. You see, 4 inches. So what next are we going to do? We are simply going to fold this back 4 inches to the left to come and overlap the front piece by just half an inch. By just what? By just half an inch. Can you see this? Use my chalk here. Use my scissors here. Alright. So the next thing now. So before we go ahead, let us confirm that the length of this jacket is still up to 30, even though we use 29 here. So we can see that we even have 31. Alright, we have 31. And mind you, this jacket is going to carry a band down, so that will even go to 32. So it means we can still remove 1 inch here, so that will give allowance for the band to make up the length of our jacket. So now the next thing for us to do is to locate the neck and the arm. Alright, how are we going to do that? So today I'm quickly going to show you the best, accurate and simple way to locate your what? Your neck when you are cutting a what? A senator top or a shirt, whatever it is you are cutting. Now, for instance, this allowance on this shirt here, we're going to do what? We're going to fold it because it's a button allowance. So I'm going to fold it in so it doesn't give us a wrong back piece. If you don't fold it in, it will be giving you a bigger back piece. So we're going to fold it in. Alright. Folding it in will now shift it this way. You see that? Alright. Ensure that everything is properly aligned. Now, for us to get our neck accurately, first you have to measure the customer. You need to measure the customer and know the customer's neck size. And how you measure neck is you simply take your tape. You simply take your tape round the neck. Alright? Simply take your tape round the customer's neck, and give it a little allowance, like half inch. Let's not be tight, let's be like half inch loose. Whatever you get, if you get 15, 16, 17, 18, whatever you get, that's the customer's neck size. So when you come now to cut for the customer, they cut the neck for the customer's dress. For instance, for this top here, the customer's neck is neck size 18. Alright? It's neck size 18. So for us to get the depth of this neck, we'll simply divide 18 by 4. Alright? And if you divide 18, this is 18 right here, by 4, what you will have is 4.5. So 4.5 is the neck depth of this customer. Alright, and I'm going to show us something. That 4.5 I'm not measuring at the tip here. This will still give us something wrong. You shift like 1 inch into this neckline here before you place your tape and mark your what? Your 4.5 point. Now these are two different things. If I keep my tape at the tip here, look at my 4.5 is up here. But if I take it in at least by 1 inch, this is 1 inch, at least by 1 inch, and I measure my 4.5, look at the point where it is. So before it was here, you see. So make sure you take your tape in at least 1 inch in before you measure the length. So the depth of the neck is 4.5. So we have marked our 4.5 here. Can you see this? The next is supposed to get to what? The wideness. What will be the wideness of this neck? You now divide this 4.5 by what? By 2. So the depth, you say, how do we get the depth of our neck? You divide the neck size by 4. Whatever you get is your what? Depth. So we divided our 18 by 4, we got 4.5. Now to get the wideness, we're going to still divide this 4.5 by 2. That will give us the wideness of this neck, and that will be 2.25. So this one you can place it anywhere. So this is 2.25. And see this. So 2.25 becomes what? The wideness of this neck. Can you see? But mind you, this neck has to be round. So either you can use your French curve to curve this neck, or you can use your free hand to curve this neck. Whichever it is, you will get it. So can you see that? I'll curve this neck. Even above here, you are still going to curve it a little as it goes to the back. Can you see? So this is the neck right here. Alright, so when we are done, the next thing is to do what? Is to cut it out. I'm going to show us something. By the time I cut this neck out. Now you see, I'm not going to cut out and come up here like this. This will be wrong. I'm going to take it in. Can you see? And this depth I measure to be 1 inch. Exactly 1 inch. And then I'm going to do what? I'm going to cut it out. Can you see? So this is the easiest. Let me keep something white under here so you see it. Okay? So you can see it now. So this is the easiest way to cut the neck. By the time you stitch this, believe me, be rest assured that you will get the neck size you are looking for. Are we together? Can you see this? This is almost 9. You know, our neck there is 18. This is almost 9. By the time you stitch this, it's because it's paper and it's not, it's maybe some fractional errors. If you measure it on the fabric, you will get the 9 exactly. We got 8 3/4, and 9 plus 9 gives you 18. So that's the easiest way to get the neck size for any customer at all. The neck depth, the depth of the neck is equal to the size of the neck divided by by 4, and the width of the neck is equal to what? You can still say the size of the neck divided by 8. That gives you the width. Divided by 4 gives you the depth. As easy as that. So the next thing we're going to do now is to get the arm. How do we curve our arm accurately? How do we do that? How can we get that? I'm going to show us a very simple method of doing that. All right. First of all, we are going to get our shoulder. We say our shoulder measurement is 18. When you're cutting that shoulder by 2, so 18 by 2 that gives you 9. All right. So this is 9 right here. 9 is here. Plus seam allowance, that becomes 9.5. All right. So if we measure this way, we have 9.5 here. So we extend this 9.5 down. 9.5 here. All right. So all we need to do is to join these 2 points together. This point and this point. We join it together. All right. The next thing we are going to do now is to get the chest measurement. And we say the chest for this customer is 42. We say this customer's chest is is 42. So divide 42 by 4, you have you have 10.5. So these are 10.5 right here. So ideally, this is where the size of this jacket is. What we have this side is seam allowance. So let's take note of this size of the jacket. So how do you get your arm size? You divide your shoulder measurement by 2. If you divide 18 by 2, you will have 9, right? Now this is 9 right here. So normally we should just curve our arm here at 9. But if you do that, the arm will be too big. So what I normally do is, when I get my arm depth, I minus 1.5 inch from it. So if it minus 1.5 inch from 9, you will have 7.5. So on this 7.5 mark is where I'm going to draw my chest line, and that will mark also the depth of the of the arm. The next thing I'll do is to come up here by 2 inches, come in here by 1 inch. I see this. I come up by 2 inches. I came in by 1 inch. Now I am going to curve my arm from this point, okay, into this 1 inch here, into this 1/2 inch here. Remember, that's our shoulder measurement. All right. I could use my French curve, but I'm using my free hand so that everyone will be carried along. Can you see? So that even those that don't have French curve can be carried along. So I could have used my French curve, but I want to use my free hand so that everyone will see that it is possible even without French curve. So you see, we have gotten our arm. But I'm going to show us something. Now, when I'm cutting this arm, okay, now I'll show us why I minus the 1.5 inch. I didn't use 9. If you measure, mind you, we said our chest measurement is stopping here, right? That is where we have 10.5. Now, if you measure this arm from here, curve it like this. Be very careful. Measure it from here. Can you see that we are having 9? Can you see? In fact, let me measure it again. Can you see that we have 9, which is our arm measurement? We divide our shoulder by 2, we have 9. So imagine we had used this 9 here without minusing 1.5 inch from it. At the end, you'll be having an arm that will be up to 11. That will be too big. That is why I normally minus 1.5 inch from it. Hope that is taken. The next thing for us to do is to go ahead and cut this. All right. After cutting this, let me cut off this. After cutting this, all right, I'm now going to go ahead and come in on the front piece. I will cut it in by what? By 1/2 inch. This is to give fitting. Can you see the difference now? This is the front piece now. Let me just mark it. This is the front piece now. Can you see? And this is the back piece now. Now, if I didn't remove this 1/2 inch I removed here, it will make the dress to rumple at the arm area, to gathered there, so that's why you remove it, so I don't have excess fabric there when you finish making your shirt. So you can see we are done getting our arm. So that's a simple and easiest way to get the arm measurement. All right, so now that we are done, let's go ahead and cut this shirt all the way down, this jacket rather. Now you can see that we see the length of our jacket is 30, and what we have here is 31. You see, so we can even make this jacket length to be what? To be 29, because mind you, we are going to attach a band under, and that band is going to be 2 inches band, and that will take us back to the length of 30 that we are looking for. So either we remove this now, or after we are finished making the shirt, after we are finished sewing the shirt, before attaching the band, we'll take the whole measurement, then we'll trim off this little excess that will be remaining there. Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome to Nat Fashion Hub, the best fashion channel in the world. So we had cut this jacket before. All right, today we are going straight into the stitching of it. If you are interested in this content, subscribe so that whenever I drop my amazing videos, you will be notified. So this is the back side of the back piece I am marking here, and these are the front pieces. This is one side, this is the other side of the front piece. So I'm not going to be talking much, I'll just be chipping in, and as you closely observe what I'm doing, you'll understand how to stitch this. So first is to join the shoulders, as you can see me doing. This is the yoke here. You can see the way I place the back and the front piece together, and then my yoke on top of it. I've joined several tops, stitched several tops on this channel. You can look at it in case you don't understand here very well. And also guys, my suit class is going on. If you're interested in joining my suit class, hit the subscribe button below and check in the description. There's a link to my suit class. If you're interested in joining my suit class, there's a link below. Hit that link and you join my suit class. So I've joined the two shoulders. These are the front. This is where I'm going to fix my zip. So watch carefully how I'm going to stitch the yoke behind. Just watch closely. I'm going to work on the yoke behind. So you can see I'm done stitching the yoke. You can see how it's coming out. I'll turn this allowance in. The side should be like this and like this. That's the zip allowance, guys. So now I am locating the front pockets where they will be. And so from the shoulder here, I am marking down at 20 inches. That's where the the front pockets will be. From the shoulder there, I'm marking this is 20 inches. That's where my pocket will start. The same place I'll mark this way, 20 inches. The next thing I'm going to do now is to mark the wideness of the pocket from the center. From the center, I'm going to mark the wideness of the pocket from the center. It is going to be at 6 inches, and then the depth of it is going to be 7 inches, and down here I'm going to mark it to open by 8 inches from the center, or let's just make it 10 so that it will flare out, so that it will be slanty rather. You can see that. So I'll do the same thing on the second side. You see that? So this is where our pockets are going to be. So we'll take it to the machine now and we will stitch our pockets. So you can see this black fabric. I've already gone my pocket area. This black fabric here, I've also cut it to the wideness of 4 inches. Okay, the length is 9. You can see the way I folded it. The pocket wideness is 1 inch and the pocket opening is at 6.5 inches. of the length of the pocket opening. So watch carefully how I am going to place it and stitch it. You can see the line that was already there, drawn there. So I'm placing this on that line. Okay, I'll place slightly into the front, about half inch away from that line that I made there. Can you see? About half inch away from this line. Can you see that? And I'll stitch it. Just watch my placing carefully so that you will not make a mistake when placing yours. So next thing now is to bring what will serve as a pocketing. So you can see this here is serving as a pocketing. I've got it to be a length of 15 by wideness of 10 inches. It's serving as my pocketing. So watch carefully how I am going to place it. Now I'm going to stitch this on an allowance of 1 inch. You see that I have 1 inch there, so I'm going to stitch it on an allowance of 1 inch, so that when I turn it, it will cover exactly. So just watch, guys. I'll mark my 1 inch all the way, and I will sew and stop the same point with the first stitch. So you can see this, guys. I'm done with that line, that stitch. You can see this. Now watch carefully how I'm going to cut it. If you're already conversant or you know how to cut a back pocket when you're stitching your trouser, it's the same way. Cut it carefully. Can you see? Just watch it. I'm cutting it. So you observe just the way I'm cutting it. It's very simple. If I used to making trousers, it's the same method for working on back pockets of trousers. Alright, just watch carefully how I am going to turn it in. You can see how simple it is. Just like how you work on your back trousers. Alright, so look at it carefully. You can see it's already taking shape. It's already taking shape. You can see where I'm going to stitch behind. Just watch carefully what I'm doing and you will get it. It's quite simple. You can see it. So I'll do the same thing at the other edge. I'm going to do the same thing here, just like I did the other side. And I'll do the same thing on the pocket for the other side of the front piece as well. So you can see this, very simple, looking very neat. We'll move to the second piece and we'll do the same thing. Just watch how I'm going to close it, okay? So I'll trim the excess off. I'll just trim off the excess and then I'll go to the machine and weave it so it will be all neat. You can see it shouldn't show outside. So I'll go weave it and then we'll finish it. So this is the sleeve here. So watch carefully how I'm going to work on this sleeve. The length, the wideness of that sleeve. You can see I've shortened the elastic here so that it will have to compress a little to assume the shape of the sleeve, okay, therefore causing it to compress a little. Just watch and see. This elastic I'm attaching at the sleeve is shorter than the wideness of the sleeve itself. So watch carefully how I'm going to work on this. And this elastic I've cut it to be a wideness of 4.5. I've cut it to be a wideness of 4.5. So fold into 2 like this, we're having 2 1/4. You can cut it to the wideness of 6, so that at least when you are done it will be 2 1/2. That is the black. So this is my sleeve now. I'm closing to some level, then I'll attach the black to it. So watch carefully how I'm going to attach it. Can you see? I'll put it in. So while stitching, I'm pulling the black a little. I'm pulling it a little. Since the black is shorter than the sleeve itself, I'm pulling it, and at the end it will have a compressing effect on the sleeve. Just watch and see. When I'm done, you'll see how it will look like. So I'm going to weave it around. You can see I've weaved it. Can you see it's looking? So let me turn it towards where you see. You can see there's a compressing effect at the end of the sleeve before where the band is attached. So that's how to do that for the sleeve. The next thing for us to do for the second sleeve as well, and I'm done with that. We'll go ahead now to attach our sleeve to the body of the jacket. When I was cutting this sleeve, there was a notch I made on the sleeve. I'm making that same notch on the shoulder so that we'll know where the sleeve joins exactly to the shoulder. So just watch carefully how I stitch it. So can you see that I'm stitching it? Now I'm going to do the same thing I've done here with the other side of the sleeve. So I might not be showing us that, so that we don't save time. The second sleeve, I'm going to do the same thing I did here. This is just how to join it. So this is where the second sleeve is supposed to be attached. So I'll go ahead and attach the second sleeve. Alright. This is it right here. So I'm going to do exactly what I did to the other one. So you can see I've attached the 2 sleeves. Now is to close by the sides after attaching the 2 sleeves. So I'm stitching this by a 1/2 inch allowance. That was the allowance I left for the seam. So I'm using a 1/2 inch allowance to stitch it all the way down. And I'll go ahead and do the same thing for the other side as well. So having done that, the next thing for us to do is to attach the band that is beneath the jacket. So watch carefully how I'm going to attach this band. This band, I've cut it to be the length of it is shorter than the length of the circumference of the jacket down. Okay, that's why I'm pulling it, so that it will create a gathering effect. Okay, just like the sleeve, it will create a gathering effect. So you can see I've run all through to the other side as well. The next thing for us to attach our zip. And watch carefully how I'm going to attach this zip. I'm stitching this zip on the bad side. Okay, I'm stitching it on the bad side. After attaching this zip, the next thing we're going to do is to work on the neck, and we are done with this video. So you can see the zip is okay. So we'll go ahead to stitch the second side as well. Just pay attention, look closely, and watch how I am fixing this zip. You can see. See, after attaching this zip, you attach in a way that when you are done, the 2 edges should be equal. You can see the two edges will be equal when you're done fixing. One shouldn't be higher than the other, so you can see the way I place it to ensure that the two edges of the front pieces are equal. And then I'll stitch it as well carefully. So just watch carefully what I'm doing. I'll zip it to be sure that the two edges are equal, you see, before I'll stitch to the end, so that I don't stitch and when I'm done I discover that the edges were not equal. So I'll stitch it, then I'll continue I'll zip it and see that the edges are equal, then I'll continue the stitching. Alright, so just watch carefully how I'm stitching it. So down here you ensure that the black edges are equal. You ensure that as you are stitching, the edges of the black are equal, meeting at the same place. Carefully do that. So you can see that this is accurate, okay? And you see the edges of the black are together at the same place. So the next thing for us to do is to go ahead now and can you see this is fine. This is zip. Is to go ahead now and work on the neck and attach it. Now when cutting this dress, you can see it. When cutting this jacket, the neck was actually the normal size of the customer's neck, but because of the neck pattern we are doing, okay, because of the neck we are attaching, we are going to deepen the neck sideways. We deepen it in by 1 inch, okay, for the sake of the black we are attaching on the neck. So you can see I'm marking it there. I used 3/4 inch there, but use 1 inch. But if you want, you can see the 3/4 I used anyway, but 1 inch will give you a better result. So I'm going to cut it out. Watch carefully how I'm cutting it. Alright, so you see, we'll now measure the neck to see the size of neck we have here. We'll measure it and see. So what we have here is 10. Alright, so let's try and finish this up. It's actually not that difficult. So this is the pattern paper. Well, pattern paper rather, we're going to use to draw the pattern for the neck. Just forget about that line I drew there for now. Just take note of the mark, just the mark. Okay, look at how curved the neck is. You see, I'm doing it, making a curve, not straight. So we are going to give it a height of 1 inch here. Just watch, 1 inch there, and here I'm giving 1.5 inch. At this point, still 1 inch. So just watch carefully how I'm going to drop this neck. See that? So the neck, you see, from this line here I'm starting it by 1/2 inch, but I'll increase the length rather, because this that is here is short for the neck. So I'm going to check it first. What we have here is not up to 10, and remember it's 10 we need, so I'm going to push it to almost the end of this paper. Can you see that? So that we can get the 10 we are looking for. That's why I said you should not forget about the line I marked there for now. So you can see I'm extending it to the end. Now I'll join to the previous sketch I have there. I'm sorry, I thought it was up to 10. Sorry about that. So I'll cut it out carefully. Cut it out carefully. So I'm going to use this now on my black piece to produce a neck. Okay, I've done that. This is it. But the piece is not long, so I'm going to actually join it. Alright, I'm going to actually join it because the piece is not long. I'm going to join it. So after that I'll use it to produce the wrapper. So the neck inside will be the wrapper and outside will be the black. I'll give a little allowance here. So inside of the neck will be the wrapper and outside the Ankara, and outside will be the black. So I'll join it here. Can you see this? I'll turn it and iron it, and I'll attach it to this Ankara. I'll stitch it and turn it over. Just watch, guys, just watch. It is very simple and straightforward. I'll notch it so that it will turn easily and be flat. After that, I'm going to iron it properly. Apply water so that the ironing will be smooth. So I've ironed it. Can you see? So the next thing for us to do now is to attach this neck to the jacket. Look at the notch I made here. That is the center of the neck at the back. So I'm going to place this wrapper on it, you see, and I'll stitch. Just watch carefully how I'm doing this. You can see this is the end of it, the stitch I'm making. Now I am stitching. This is the good side of the jacket. I'm stitching on the good side of the jacket with the black part of the neck facing the good side of the jacket. Can you see this? So I'll do the same thing to the second side, but this second side I will start from the end of the neck, the zip area here, and stitch to the center. Guys, we're almost done. If you are interested in this video, please subscribe so that more videos like this will come your way. I would really appreciate if you can subscribe and share this video. Thank you, guys. So you can see we have done that. The next is for us to fold it down and stitch on it, top stitch. But this is after I have weaved the neck inside. Before I'm doing this, I have weaved the neck inside so that it will be very neat before running this top stitch outside. Okay, I've weaved it. You can see we are almost done here. This is very, very simple. You can see is the neck. You can see everything is done. You can see how nice this is looking. So thanks for watching. Welcome to Nad Fashion Hub, the best fashion channel in the world. Thank you so much, guys. I hope you subscribe. I hope you will join my suit class. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching. Thank you.